Good morning, John Neal here. It's Monday the 8th of December 2025 and I've responded to a request. Somebody wants some aerial shots of new development of housing up in Stoke Golding to have a look at the drainage systems and the balancing pools. Why they call balancing pools, not quite sure. Anyway, I promised I'd be up there soon, so let's get going.
I would walk for miles in the hope of seeing your face.
I'll be doing a bit of cycling and talking as we go because I haven't got a lot of time to get off the bike and do some filming, which takes a bit of time actually. I like doing it, of course, but if I ride and cycle then I'll get there a bit quicker. And I said I'd be there up in Stoke Golding just before 10 o'clock. Yeah, balancing pools, I think that's what they call them. Mind you, these builders and estate agents, they all have a way with words, don't they? You know, they'll call a lovely housing estate Meadow Fields or Fox's Covert. You think, what are you talking about? It's a building site. It's a new housing estate. That's all it is. You're making out you're going to move into a idyllic country setting. Oh well. Anyway, Stoke Golding is a lovely little village, and no doubt the new houses there are in an idyllic location. And I must admit, I've had a few ideas about what to do next, but let's see what's going on up here. There you go, Milby Meadows, as if. Since across the A5 into Leicestershire, that's it, countryside. Here we are, look. Lovely. Just approaching Hyme on the Hill, and sometimes forget it is a bit of a hill, and I'm going to put my foot down and a bit of effort in. Still on power level 2 if anybody wants to know. Not quite sure what to make of this video actually. I might just let the gentleman in Stoke Golding have the little clip of what he wants and use the whole video that I'm doing now and just put it on YouTube. I suppose it's a demonstration of how useful the drone is. I don't use it all the time, but people have noted me of having a drone, and if I can be of some use, that's all well and good. And hang on, what's going on here? Morning. Morning. Hiya. Right. I've always great respect for the people who work around the houses, on the streets, post people, delivery people, bin men. You know, they're out all weathers doing this job for us. Big respect for them. It's not a glamorous job. Right, just the far side of Hyme on the Hill, and over here there's a field with sheep in, and 1 or 2 more sheep here, because I don't think Mr. Terry would be particularly worried about me revealing the fact that he is a bit of a local celebrity. He was a teacher at Home Lane School when my 2 lads went, and I think he was there at the time when they were there, which must have been 20-30 years ago. And he wrote a book which was popular, very popular. It almost went into being a TV series, because it was the times of James Herriot, and you know, the vet in the countryside, and Mr. Terry, John Terry, wrote a book. I think one was called Pigs in the Playground. But what he did, he was very creative, because he had a rural studies department in High Lane Secondary School, and the way that he built that up, acquired the materials and acquired the animals and looked after the kids who helped him out there, was a rich mine of interesting anecdotes. And it's well worth reading. Pigs in the Playground, and there were 1 or 2 other books. I'll probably look them up and put them on screen for you. But they were very entertaining. And after the fashion of James Herriot, I don't know if anybody's interested in my mechanics on my bike. But I went out, oh here we are, Stoke Golding up. I must check out and see what these houses are costing for sale. I'll give them a sale. Look at that, lovely. Right, just got to go up this bit of a hill now to get into Stoke Golding, and I'm nearly there. That building up there is called the courtyard, but I'm fairly sure, as on the left here, it was a small factory. This area was known for its sort of haberdashery industry, small factories making socks and similar items of clothing, hence some of the Hinckley people were called knicker stitchers. And but that one's now been turned into turned into a set of flats. Right, if my instructions were in my head without looking at the address, I think it's down here. So I have to admit, this is not an area of Stoke Golding that I've stopped off at. I've gone through a few times but not stopped, so it's along here. Hello. Everybody's got a dog, look, for the children. I'll go on the path and everyone's happy. Right, turning right here, and there's a car behind me. 5 Race Drive. I'm not sure what people feel about these solar panels. From up here they don't look particularly attractive, but they're very eco-friendly, of course, I presume, and from ground level you can't really see them, so I wonder what you think.
So there we are. We can only have so much of a balancing pond, can't we?
Some useful footage using the drone to just register and a journal really of how the balancing pond over there is developing. They've done a lot of planting around it, the builders, and then it's all going to be handing on to the local residents apparently. So John, the gentleman I was referring to, well, asked me over to do this, but some nice drone shots, very useful for him, and it was nice to be able to do that. So I'm now back out on the main road which goes towards Dadlington, and I'll make a little bit more of a ride. What was time? 11:04.
And so to make a bit more of a ride of it, I went to Dadlington, turned left and went back into Stoke Golding to end up near the church. Interesting to note here that this old farmhouse and buildings have been knocked down, and I don't think the White Swan's got long to go either. It's all closed up. What's going to happen there?
Well, always looking for an interesting location for an outro. Here we are, St Margaret's Church here in Stoke Golding. Well, that was interesting. It's always nice to get out and about in your local area and just make contact with people. So it's lovely to meet John, and at the end his wife too had just turned up with having come back home on one of the new housing estates here in Stoke Golding. And interesting to see the development that's taking place with the with a nod towards wildlife and balancing ponds and drainage systems and so on. So it was very nice to meet him, and I hope the bit of drone clippage that I've got for him. Can you have clippage? I just made a word up. Footage, clippage. Anyway, hope it's useful for him. And yeah, it's starting to brighten up a little bit. So all I've got to do now is get home, and then we've got to go shopping as well a little bit. So anyway, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, you will see me next time. Okay, bye bye. I'll leave you with a view of the church. Very nice.
And very generously the church was open, and a very pleasant surprise was to be had with the Christmas preparations that were taking place inside. Come in and have a look. I'm always keen to look at the details in churches, particularly the craftsmanship that's mostly done by hand. Look at this beautiful lettering and those tiles as well. And this piece reminds me of a modern stonemason and calligrapher called Charles Smith from the Northeast, who I had the pleasure of listening to at a talk once. Oh, and look at this snowman. Ah, that hurts. That's all for now. You'll see me in the next one. Bye.